Saber is dead. They need a pickup. Well, okay.
Try to revive. Yeah, you can get a pickup.
The notifications.
That's a loud notification. They dropped out.
Wait, if I go to
Mission Instinct
do not
dropped out.
disturb. Okay. I'm gonna turn that off.
Okay, so
Alright.
so I asked him,
create-
and he said, so I asked him, and he said, "I'll go do it right now." And then he said, "I forgot to press unjoin," and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Alright, so create the bracket. It'll be 3-way.
I'm
This is
training my Luna. I'm training my Luna.
More like training our commentary skills.
Yeah.
This is more like a show match. Yeah, like think of this more like a show match than like a proper tournament.
Yeah, there's like not really that many people, so it's just like. Okay, so
Play games, have fun.
since there's like an even amount of people, you don't have to, like, not everybody has to play everybody. Or do that.
We have an odd number of teams. We have 3 because
But we
Mission
don't have
Instinct.
4.
We have 3 because Mission Instinct just dropped out.
But they just. Okay.
Yeah, we had 6 teams. Mission Instinct dropped out. Squid Knights is too strong. And 3 AM disbanded. And TTL also dropped out. Do you want me to create the bracket architect?
I just
Robin
okay.
bracket. It should be pretty automatic. Should be number of games per match 3.
That's like a thing. So.
What? Yeah, they're getting fresh, aren't they?
Are they? No, they just. I don't know. They said that we got one in chat.
There
I'm
are
not in
field
chat, but.
errors. What? Oh.
I wonder how, if I put on enough MPU, can I make it so ground shots do a lot of damage? Or like enough so like I can get a ground shot and indirect as a kill.
So
I can. That is a thing.
alright. So how do I get into the chat? Okay, so the bracket has been created.
Okay, I need to start running more MPU on this. But this is a lot. This is a lot to sacrifice. Like no QR, no comeback.
So
no
our
speed.
first match is going to be between Melee Gang and Dust Luck.
All right. Oh, that's so close. I need a lot more. I think I need like 3 pures of MPU. I don't know if this is possible. I'm getting distressed.
It is time to be professional.
Alright. I'm trying to see if there's like any way possible that I can make it so I can kill with Luna with a ground shot and then an indirect. And you can, but you need a lot of MPU. Okay. Is there a like?
Check the staff chat.
Yeah. I got that, but where's the like map mode selection if there is one?
Go to announcements and scroll up.
Oh,
It's Saber's post. So the first map is going to be Tower Control and Sturgeon Shipyard.
okay.
So what are you expecting to see here between Owo Gang or Uwu Gang and Dustlock?
Or aren't they melee gang right now?
Melee Gang, sorry. They have the
Damn,
Owo
not even
tag.
respecting. Okay, off to a great.
I apologize to Melee Gang.
To expect. This map, you usually see just because of how like flat it is, at least in mid, you see a lot of. It goes either way for what sort of anchor weapon you're gonna have if you do have an anchor weapon. Chargers work, but like it's not limited to that because of again like how flat it is, and even in the charger department, I think I said this like last time we did this same map. On scoped or scoped, like it depends more on up to preference here for if you like scoped or unscoped here, like or a lot more than it usually does because there's not really that many places for you to like jump down and do some.
Right, so there are a lot of options. You can use movement. You can hide behind the grates or the snipe.
Yeah, there's a lot of like.
You can also have a V-splat link can work here as well.
Yeah, splat links can work. A lot of them hide behind the grate on the top right side.
C-Jet is your instant stingray, is the main weapon. C-Jet is the special.
Indeed. Do you have any insights or something about this map, Sushi?
We'll have to see. I actually haven't played Melee Gang, so I don't really know what type of playstyle they're going to bring. The thing that sticks out to me for Dustlock is I'm not really sure who their anchor is going to be.
Yeah, you're right. It might. Well, I'm not gonna say anything right now, but I have a prediction.
Alright, we will see if that comes to fruition. Alright, so game 1 is about to start.
I'll make sure you turn on the camera thing.
Yes, I would be manually changing it if I need to.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's get game 1 underway. This is Owo Gang and Dustlock. So Dustlock is going to be teal, and Melee Gang is going to be pink.
Alright, Ogang seems to have a double armor comp with Falcon on the Condor and I can't talk. Oh wait, that's not it. It's a Bow Tri-Stalker. They've also got that on the other team with armor being their armor weapon being NZAP.
Yeah, and they get a nice pick in the mid here early on.
Alright.
And Sleepy, nice pick from Sleepy over there on the side.
Kingscape Pro seems to try to be get in. They seem to finally get that opening. The Hydra gets picked off as they try and move up. They're making a good push here. TTL just trying to hold them back for a second. Oh wait.
Melee Gang.
Just trying to hold them back for a second, but it seems like that Stingray's just gonna...
Yeah, and they're gonna easily clear the first checkpoint. But they don't really have too many people up far.
Yeah.
Oh, and Falcon gets a nice kill with the
Something Buddy gets sniped out of Oblivion. Alright.
Yeah, and that's pretty much a wipe. It's only fresh, close to the tower.
I managed to take one out. NZAP gets taken as well.
Yeah. And Dustlock is just spawning in. Sleepy is taking a very strong position at the top.
Attempt with the Tri-Slasher, but their Hydra pick gets them.
Yeah, and Scout got stuck on the sponge. He had nowhere to really run there. Making a very strong push. Very strong push.
Tri-Slasher's probably gonna keep this in. And that's it.
Like it's game. It's a very strong game.
I am. Alright.
I noticed Dustlock is using a slower pace comp. They're using a Hydra. Which is...
It looks like they got
basic.
Overwhelmed. They had a good mid-fight at the beginning, and then they just got overwhelmed with special after special. Sleepy took a really strong position at the top there. He was able to see basically the entire spawn.
And you always want a faster pace comp. It's always better than a slower pace. Because it's always aggressive. The team has a better defense. So I'm expecting to have like some sort of the same pace weapons.
Right, so match 2 is going to be Rainmaker on Starfish main stage. So do you expect Scout to go on maybe the heavy splatling for more mobility compared to the Hydra, or are you expecting something else?
I'm not exactly sure. Vanilla Splatlings are pretty good on this map. They've got a lot of positions where they can just peek out and just run around mainly. Chargers are also. This is another map where you can be pretty lenient with which anchor you pick, because there's some pretty strong positions for snipers, but there's just. I'd say I'd still prefer to have a Splatling on this map just because of the freedom you've got with how many safe positions there are.
Right.
You also have the crates on the sides as well, so you can use those for mobility as well.
For the Splatling too,
Then,
yeah. The Splatling.
Really gotta, the flanks on this map are pretty crucial. You've really gotta watch those wing right and left great pushes, or just flanks. I mean, they're just. If one octo shot comes in and just wipes out your two people that are on street, that can end a lot of things.
Yeah, so both teams are gonna have to watch out for that and really call that out. Really work as a team.
Right. Dust Luck on the teal. And we got Melee Gang on the orange. Our armor weapon for Melee Gang seems to have switched to a junior.
Yeah, and Dust Luck is a quick pop. Yeah. Fresh building up the armor, trying to help his team.
Seems to have pretty similar comps right now. Just
yeah, it looks like two from Dust Luck got picked off on the left side. And that's a wipe. That's a wipe from.
It is.
A very quick wipe.
Melee gets the jumps in.
Flyers, unfortunately.
They're smooth.
Moves through the
toxicness. Monstrous.
Oh,
and they already get the slam, and that's it.
Quick, yeah.
How long was that game? That flank from the Tetris really distracted. It was one of them. I forgot which one. It was either the Zap or the. It was either the Zap or the Splash, and it distracted them for a while, enough for the Pro to get the picks in on them.
Yeah,
and then
early on,
Rainmaker and whoever that was in mid took out whoever's on Snipe, and they were able to get that wipe and just push through.
Yeah, and maybe Fresh was a little bit too slow to build that armor because he was moving backwards to paint up the area to build that armor. And meanwhile, Dust Luck was basically fighting one down, and by the time Fresh got back into the fight, they were 2 down, and that led them to wiping.
Zones World. This is a pretty popular Zones map. We've seen this a lot. This it's just a good Zones map, I'd say.
Yeah, it's a map that can be really snowbally with really strong lockout positions. So if Dust Luck can get to a really strong start, they can lock out Melee Gang.
And plus, the map is, it's just good for Splat Zones because of the amount of entrances there are, and just the amount of access there is to the zone. So you can make special pushes come from a lot of directions.
Right, like on the glass side as well as on the plat.
There's 2 main entrances for each team, or for each side, and then there's also the flanks that you can do on carousel, which are, if you're watching them, you can see them coming. But even if you do see them coming, they can still surprise you with the ledge cancel.
Right, or they can pull your attention away from kind of the eventual middle pushes. Alright, so this is game 3 between Dust Luck and Melee Gang. Melee Gang is up 2-0. And this is a round robin play all 3 format.
Dust Luck's in orange, Melee Gang's in purple. Dust Luck seems to be running a Dumbo armor comp with Vanilla Try and Vanilla 96.
Right, they don't really have a true backrunner.
And Carbon. Already, that's a real 10 just seems to enter the zone, but the 52 or 96 gets the pick on it.
Nice Tetra play on the glass by Falcon.
Nice flick or whatever that was from the Uzi. The tent seems to do wonders on this map. It can block out the entire entranceway.
Yeah, it can block out one entrance and kind of divert the attention of the team.
Yep.
And here we see the tent going across the zone. The tent gets killed by the Booyah Bomb.
Get some coordination, get some special coordination with the Booyah Bomb plus the armor.
Yeah, and that's a nice retake from Dust Luck.
One seems to be moving in behind the baller.
Yeah, Fresh is helping out on the glass, but it's a little bit too late.
And that's a 3v1. Favoring Dust Luck. Alright, so they're looking to hold this and just try and get their specials up, and that's one already down, even after that armor.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about with these lockout situations. It's very difficult to retake the zone, but Melee Gang is coordinating the specials, coming in. Oh, nice snipe by Sleepy on Fresh.
Even with this range, they can't stop that special coordination.
Yeah.
him on that ledge.
Yeah, Sleepy's in a kind of difficult spot there. He gets killed by Scout's Carbon. And Dustluck retakes it.
Carbon seems to be doing wonders right now.
Falcon wins the fight against the Carbon.
He's trying to see if they could get an opening. He's just like trying to bait someone in, and that just happened. Now they can get a 10 in with an armor. Get a pick off. Booyah Bomb comes in to hold them back, but that's not enough for them to not take the zone.
And you can see how powerful that tench was. Going across the zone, there's nothing Dustluck could have really done about that.
Oh.
And Scout may have just DC'd.
Yeah. We're before the halfway point in 2:30 seconds, so I think we just have to wait for a knockout instead.
But it looks like they're continuing to play, so this will count.
Oh wait, no they're not.
Oh, they're not. Okay, alright.
$20 a year for this, folks.
Alright, this will result in a replay, unfortunately, but this is what happens.
Yeah, this is... It looked like a pretty good game. Dustluck was... actually had the lead, and they could have pulled that off.
I think Dustluck has a strong lock in zones. They're really good at locking out.
Yeah, that looked like a strong game, and like even
especially with that Carbon was able to just smack people with that roller.
Yeah, and even during melee gangs retakes, Dustluck was able to throw ink clouds, work together, and like retake the zone. So that was a very strong game. So this is going to be a replay of Game 3. And it looks like Agent 8 is in the game. I'm not really sure if you need to remake the lobby.
I guess they guessed the password or something. Alright, they're out.
Yeah, and they're waiting for Scout to come back in, so when he comes back in, we will restart the match.
It's just, it's unfortunate that things have to come to this sometimes. But
yeah, it was unfortunate because that looked to be a really good game.
That was that was a really good game.
So Scout is probably watching off the hook now.
Ignore my loud Cuban.
Alright, and Scout is back, so we will restart Game 3 shortly.
Are we going to be keeping the same comps, or can they change?
They have to keep
Can't change.
keep the same comp.
It's a replay.
Alright, so this is Game 3 replay.
comps, of course.
Yep. With a
Oh,
light
gang
charger.
green and Dustluck's on the blue. Some strong openings. Oh, gang already has their armor up, but they're not seeming to use it yet, or just yet.
Oh, and Sleepy gets 2 quick picks.
Already get, yeah, nice. That's
That
a
was
good
very,
take.
very impressive.
They still got that armor, so they can hold them back whenever they try and push. That's very lucky.
Yeah, very fortunate.
But they still have it.
Sleepy's in a very aggressive position right now. I'm not... Alright,
Yeah.
so he gets back to safety.
Carbon tries to do something, but the armor is now up, and they can't really. They're trying to hold them back.
Yeah, and the Junior gets a
Bomb
bomb kill.
setter, go.
And it looks like Melee Gang neutralized all of Dustluck's specials. They're in a very good position
Oh.
right now. Dustluck is
Somebody that was on ledge.
a 3-on-2 situation.
Kiko tries to do something about that tent, but it comes out, and you can't really. You just gotta get out there.
And the
That charger seems to have moved up, so they can't.
Oh, and
so he's
Sleepy gets
pressuring
another
more
nice
areas
pick.
now.
They're gonna go for a last...
They can Booyah bombs his zone, but the baller takes him out, and that seems to be it.
That was a very strong game. And Sleepy got
That
a lot
initial,
of key
that
picks.
initial 3 picks at the beginning of the game, that really cost them the entire, that whole game. They just couldn't seem to.
Yeah, Sleepy got some very nice snipes there. And he got a really nice baller kill at the end, denying the zone.
Yeah.
So that is round 1. We are going to be moving on to the next round.
And so that concludes Dustlock and OO Gang. That's 3-0 favoring OO Gang.
Yes, so the next one will be between Dustluck and EMT Free Painters.
For all you viewing at home, if you'd like to see the map list, we've got Rainmaker Pump Track, Splat Zones Pavilion, and Clam Blitz Mako marked.
I don't know if you realize. I realized
All
that.
you listening at home, I mean like the 3 people watching the stream.
There are almost
There's
20
that.
people in the stream right now.
There's almost 20 people.
20 people?
Yeah.
By all of you listening at home, I mean the 20
the
people
20 of
watching
them?
the stream.
It's actually a better turnout than I expected.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't even looking at the stream, so I apologize for the other 17 people watching the stream.
Probably 12 of those people are participating in the tournament, but still, it's a good turnout.
I noticed this.
That's cheating. They're getting call-outs.
It's maybe like 6 or 7 seconds delayed, so it might actually be worse if you're watching the stream.
They're doing a YouTube challenge. Hey, what's up, guys? We're gonna be entering a Splatoon tournament and also listening to that Splatoon tournament's Twitch commentary at the same time while I'm playing, while trying to do call-outs with my team. This is gonna be epic, guys. I hope we get 1 million views. Smash that like button. Actually, no, drop a nuke on that like button, please. Thank you. I'm gonna go die. All right, time to go do the challenge. At every YouTuber ever. Or at every YouTube prank channel ever.
So round 2 will be starting. I've just added... I'm trying to get into the room, so...
Damn, where are we on the Splatoon charts? I need to see that. On Twitch. Okay, I can't see the ranking, but I guess I'll just count it. We're 16th.
Alright. Let's go low tide. This 3-team tournament is top 16. So first map is going to be Humpback Pump Track, Rainmaker on Humpback Pump Track.
You got any thoughts on this map? Or this map mode combination?
I feel like there's going to be a lot of splash damage, so it's a possibility that we might see a something like a Dynamo from Scout, but I'm not really sure. I think that Fresh is going to stick with the Tri-Slosher, because it's very good with it, and it's a very good Tri-Slosher map.
Yeah. I like to say this a lot, but I don't know if everyone's heard this. This map is good for every weapon that doesn't shoot straight forward. So, every gun.
So basically what I was talking about, Tri-Slosher and like Dynamo could be good. Scout could stick with a Carbon Roller. That worked pretty well for him.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of spots to just hide around.
Eject's a good choice.
The Siege
Every non-gun weapon in this game is just they have a strength on this map, which is not shooting forward. This is what you don't want to do here.
But Siege it. But what about
weird curves?
I'm curious to see what we're gonna see from EMT painters. I don't really know much about this team, so I'm excited.
Yeah.
So we have Dustluck spawning as purple and EMT as green.
Dustluck seems to be running a double armor comp with N-Zap and Hydra.
Yeah, and Dustluck gets a quick pop. You get a quick pick on the Tri-Slosher. Dustluck is 2 up now.
Blaster and tries to get in on the remix, but someone else gets the remix. They still have an armor ready, so they're gonna probably get that back in. And get to pick on that Rainmaker.
Good defense. Considering that was a wipe, they actually limited the damage.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed by that.
Blaster gets it, pick on that Hydra that moves up. And they're making a push now, but they're still holding off with some bombs. Bomb tries to make an opening, but the K-Pro stands strong.
Yeah, and that is a decent push, but they're gonna want to. It's not a safe lead by any means. They would want to push it a little bit further. Yes, Dustluck is going for the map control.
Bombs to hold off on pushes.
And the Tri-Slosher wins the 1v1 against the Blaster. Key pick by Plaz.
Sushi, you haven't changed the background yet.
Alright, sorry. Alright, sorry. Sorry about that. Watching.
Technical difficulty.
Well done. Unfortunately. Alright, got that vote. We're back on here.
We are back. And J13, Booyah bombs into the elbow.
Tri-Slosher seems to just still get back there. Tri-Slosher gets 2
Yeah,
picks.
and that's kind of like a semi-wipe. You're going to see EMT going for a slightly better lead here.
Tri-Slosher duel.
Yeah, and it's only the N-Zap left.
Fresh,
that's when he goes after the Rainmaker.
To get that assassination corrected.
That could be...
Bomb tries to do something and it's L. Okay. Well, 3 people up on that perch would probably do something to that Rainmaker.
Yeah, they're gonna camp that.
I think he's alive.
And Dustluck just wants to get that Rainmaker out of there. They just
We also want to get mid control because looking at much of the map is green.
Yeah.
I wonder if Dustluck would take the left path route, the shorter, the one that requires you going
They are
To the left
already
part.
on the left side, so they might.
EMT's remix seems to be doing some work, just holding down mid.
Just
Tatsuya bomb. And he gets a pick
and
on
there's a
trade
trade.
with the K-Pro.
nice.
The blaster gets a pick on a
Once
Hydra.
again, it's a kind of semi-wipe from Dustluck. And Hyze's all alone. He'll want to be careful there. Yeah, he smartly backs up. Waits for his team.
EMT's
EMT has complete
watching their bunker.
control of the center.
Or watching their boots. Rainmaker resets back to mid from mid, so how eventful.
The blaster is pushing really far in.
Rainmaker tries to run in and do something there, but the Triceratops got that down pat. Rico seems to try to be making some openings. They've got some armor.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to go for that left push, but EMT
Really
does a
just
great
can't
job
get an
shutting
opening
that down
every
with
time.
bombs.
Over EMT's did that. We're just hanging out on bunker, trying to make some openings with bombs, build some armor. Speaking of, it's ready.
Yeah, and Sci-Fi just armors up.
The remix is down though, so they're gonna have a hard time defending this push. But they're probably just
and
gonna
the
pick on that Rainmaker.
Oh, that was very fortunate. The entire team was on the right side,
Yeah.
and Dustluck just quickly brought it to the other side. So they were fortunate to get the kill there.
Junior grabs the Rainmaker. Hydra has to back up into that bunker while they're able to push onto their elbow.
Yeah, Sci-Fi's or EMT's one up, and they're getting the push going. That was a very ambitious move from the Rainmaker. They probably should have stalled it a little bit more.
Kipper seems to go on the mid to try and get some picks and then also some mid control, but the remix defends.
Oh, and the blaster picks it up. Ozen just like picks it up from the elbow. Stalls the Rainmaker just a little
Getting
bit.
some of those precious points in. Hopefully they need it right now.
Going with armor.
Kipper gets the pick on the remix. Try and get a push started at the end, but it just seems like that overtime is just gonna not happen because they got that pick.
Yeah, there was just too much splash damage, too much pressure. Dustluck couldn't really get that push going.
Yeah.
That was a strong game by EMT. Very fun back and forth game. So the next map is going to be Splat Zones on Skipper Pavilion. And my Discord just... Okay.
Okay.
My Discord just restarted. That was very weird. So what are you expecting to see on this map?
I see a lot of tents on this map, I'll say that, and then on this mode specifically, I could see some things happening because they're able to hide, a tent could come from the top mid and just roll the tent down from zone, down to zone,
Right.
and then that could offer a distraction for the rest of the team that's either on garden or just on plat to move in for a second.
On
Right.
this map, I wonder if they'll run an X-Splasher. Because it's really good for taking the zone. Especially on this map, because you can shoot over the wall.
We will see. Right, and we see a Brella. I think
That's
that's a
like a
Sorella
yellow.
Brella.
And EMT in the blue. Seem to already be having a fight in mid. Fight between the Luna and the Sorella. And the Sorella, oh, the Sorella conquers, but he gets picked off anyway.
Quick EMT gets
Tries
a
to
quick
make-
lead. They get 2 quick picks.
Quick flank, and he makes it.
I also noticed
Can he
EMT's
get a
running.
final pick on this Bamboozler? He can.
I just realized they're running a
Taking
V-jet,
over
not a
and
V-jet.
Hold from Just Luck. With the junior still on guard and he tries to do something. Excuse me,
Get the pick on Fi-Fi in the bottom mid. Bottom mid.
He's been very unfortunate there, but the try seems to get it.
Just Luck has a strong positioning. They just need to hold on. They're 2 up.
Means he tries to see if they can get some picks and some specials on, but Just Luck seems to be holding up the pressure right now.
Yeah.
Armor comes out, and it seems like they're trying to move in right now.
Yeah, it's going to be really difficult because they're getting picked off.
Zap gets a pick on the...
Yeah, and they tried... EMT tried desperately to neutralize the zone, but they were unable to do that.
Yeah.
And there's just continuously getting picked off one by one.
They can't exactly move in. 3 seconds left. K-Pro gets that final pick, and that's it.
It's a strong... This sort of game happens a lot on Skipper Pavilion. Very, very snowbally.
Very, like...
You have 2 narrow paths. It's very difficult to retake without you burning through multiple. Yeah, locking out. You need 3 or 4 specials just to get to the middle.
Skipper Pavilion is just one of those horrible lockout maps. If you get locked out, it's game over basically.
Yeah, and it's very easy to call out. You know, how many people are going left, how many people are going right, and just lock them out.
Me and Sushi were playing League, and we got the zone to like 1, and they just reverse sweeped us with 1 lockout.
Yeah, like that sort of thing happens in Skipper Pavilion. It's a very unforgiving map.
It was just like 1 wrong pick, and it's game over for you.
Alright, so the next map is going to be Clan Blitz on Makamart. So this is a very small map, so it's going to be a very fast-paced map with huge swings.
Greetings.
Hello, Zethia.
I am doing it because I want to. I'm not actually gonna commentate, but I'm just gonna exist until the match starts. And then I'm gonna go watch Tassel because, yeah.
Alright.
Nothing better to do.
Alright, so game 3 is starting. The score is 1-1. So this is a meaningful game for both teams. Both teams just want to get on the board.
I'm expecting the team to be running some pretty aggressive comps, not really much of the backline on both teams. EMT in the purple, Just Luck on the green.
And Ozing gets a very quick pick on the left alley. And Ozing has very strong positioning. Just getting picks, getting indirect damage.
Making a sort of little flank here.
Oh, and J13 gets pincered after getting the kill on the blaster.
Try seems to be in mid and
Yeah, and EMT still seems to have map control.
junior.
Oh, and the junior
After getting
unfortunately
the
gets
field,
chipped along.
Carving is taken out.
Yeah, and
EMT seems to have a lot of mid controls here, so they can utilize that. But if Just Luck's try can get in,
yeah,
it could change.
it looks like Just Luck has gotten back in, so the defense looks pretty good.
I think some pretty good defense against
Oh, and that's a nice inkjet.
Inkjet
Inkjet
direct.
pick on J13 there. Oh, and the trade. They're just
Carving
like,
seems to be getting some picks. Can they get the inkjet camp? They don't notice it, I guess.
yeah, they're just getting picks all over the place.
Yep. Carving tries to move in.
So yeah, that's a very dangerous
Not really
position.
much of an option there. Gets a ball with the Carving, but they are expecting
Yeah,
that.
they're on top of that, defended that. And Dustluck is now wiped, so this is a very good chance for EMT.
They really got. They just need clams right now. That's really
Yeah,
the problem.
they need to manage the clams.
The only problem is
Here he
that
gets picked off when he had armor. That's gonna be a really crucial thing. But the carving gets picked off as well.
Yeah, it looks like every chance they get, Dustluck is able to just barely hang on.
Yeah.
And
I think it's because
has the armor.
Clan economy is definitely not in EM Painter's favor, because as soon as Dustluck got like wiped, they didn't really have a lot of claims. They had like 4.
Yeah, they may need to be better with tossing clams to each other, because they had map control, they had a 4 wipe.
I'm up.
They had a very good...
I'm gonna push in.
Yeah, this is another pretty
Probably
good
gonna take it
opportunity
out.
for them.
EMT seems to be just scattered across all over the map. Not really, just in places ready to flank.
Yeah, and they're making a lot of trades all over the place.
Just seems to be trying to have some sort of a duel with the carbon. Hearing just to get in, and
Yeah,
that's the first ball dunk, but it doesn't seem to be getting much of a
they're
push.
jumping in though. Oh, and they
This
just
is
barely
this is
missed
the top
it.
end ball.
That is very unfortunate. That could have been a very good push for them.
Blaster gets 2 picks off though, and he has a ball, so he may be able to jump from stack, but the basket seems to be back up.
I think
Yeah.
what EM Painter's like issue is that they're not able to really get a sufficient push because they're always either trading or they're dying before they can try.
Yeah, that's kind of the nature of this map. Like, it's so small, it's so
Trying to
action-packed.
get in with that armor, but the K-Pro picks him up. If they can get in and try and dunk that, but they're probably going to cover it. T-Tech tries to pull off something at the flat.
Very good pick by Mozak.
Yeah, they're trying to take out some of those people with the ball. They're too distracted to take out this Jet that has the ball, and that's the second dunk of this game.
And they still have the power clan. Oh, and Dustluck teams that up. It
Taken
could
out.
have been a lot worse for them. That was actually pretty good defense by Dustluck.
Seems like
One
they're
thing
actually
I'm-
trying to make their own push. They got
I'm
3
hoping-
clams before.
They have 3 power clans, so this is a very precarious situation. But at
I'm
the
hoping
same
it's
Jet seems to be defending it pretty well though.
Yeah, the
As
same-
all the people with the clams are now dead, so it's just up to somebody to juggle them, but no one seems to be there.
Yeah, it's a dangerous situation, but also the power clans are a bit
Also,
of a...
the Blaster just had some clams, so he just gets another dunk in. He's getting some clams in. I think that's the end of that push for now.
Yeah, and Ozen is kind of sharking with the blaster, trying to just shut them down. Are they preparing to jump, or... Oh, and Dustluck jumps in. Oh, they're not able... Oh,
Kills
this is
initially,
the
but they
start
get that
of a
second
push.
hand.
This is the start of a push.
Unfortunately, they all get picked off before they can really dunk in many clams, and that's it for that. Game's coming to a close, and when that closes, that's it.
Yeah, we saw a lot of small little pushes. We didn't see these big swings that I was expecting. That was a very back and forth game. Very hard to keep track of everything that was going on. Like a lot of trades, a lot of people
Really?
getting picked off.
Yeah, it was
One
really
thing I
back and
noticed-
forth, but the times that
I think-
EMT were able to come back fourth, they were just able to get pushes in while Dustluck couldn't do it.
I think Dustluck, if their carbon had been, I think, sharking more at their spawn, they would have an easier time because you saw near the very end they were able to get those jumps. But I think the carbon was kind of preoccupied in mid.
Alright, so we're on to round 3.
Disconnected from the lobby.
Quite an interesting match to see there, honestly.
I disconnected from the. Is it gone now or something?
Yeah, that was
That was game
round
3.
2.
That was game 3. So we're moving on
Was
to
it?
round 3.
Okay.
So this will be...
And we are going to be watching Melee Gang versus EMT Free Painters.
Yeah, so both teams have a win. So they're kind of
Yeah.
both, in a way, this match doesn't really matter that much. I hate to say it, because both of them are going to be seeded into the top bracket.
Yeah, considering we did only sadly get 3 teams fully signed up, checked in, whatnot.
Yeah, and both of these teams have a win, so they're clinched for the top cut.
Yeah.
Should we just move these guys to top cut anyway?
That is true. They're the
This
only
is a
two
format.
teams.
I say we just go
We'll
through
just keep
round.
playing. Yeah, we'll just keep playing because this is kind of the format.
If we'll say one team loses this match or this round, but then they win top cut,
It
Like-
is possible.
wouldn't you need another tiebreaker round after that? Or shouldn't we just play top cut?
No, it's just top cut.
I'm saying, like, should we have this round count as top cut instead?
We should.
I think we should just roll with it,
Alright.
as in like a round. We'll keep with the round robin bracket, unless the teams want to skip to the top cut.
I mean, yeah.
So honestly, teams here.
One team would have to, well, no. A team would have to win twice in a row to win the tournament.
No, you just need to win top cut. I'm asking the teams now
Oh, okay.
because this round actually doesn't really matter, since whoever wins is going to be first, whoever loses is going to be second, and then they're
And,
going to be
yeah.
playing BO7 afterwards. So this round is actually, it's just a formality.
To see whether or not we skip straight to top cut. When to do.
I'm talking to the teams right now, and we will see. Just do okay. So Shogun from Melee Gang says just do finals now. So how do we handle this on Battlefy? Do we just make a bracket?
Just have that, like, just report the score so then it'll move on to the next round automatically.
To so honestly.
Alright, so yeah, so we're gonna skip round 3. I'm not really sure.
It's kind of a struggle. Teams.
So Architect, are you able to make a top cut bracket? Just like right now?
Oh, my thing won't work. I'm pressing bracket and it says
Okay, I see.
connection error.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Just like report the score, just like
Okay.
arbitrarily, just like end the round by reporting the score, and then it'll automatically move on. It should.
As much as I would like to, it's saying, you have a connection error. Please try again.
Alright, I will be back in a minute while they report it. So are you able to create the bracket, or is it still?
Yeah, it's just my thing is just Wi-Fi is dead right now. But we can just make it
Oh, I
just
click,
both
click
of
on
it.
manage brackets. Create elimination bracket, right? Bracket size of 2. Alright, it's actually not letting me create a bracket.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Okay, let's just play the game manually. Alright, let's go. We won't do it through Battlefy anymore. We'll just play it.
Battlefy has been the source of all our problems.
Alright, so the room is up. We're only waiting for LTA spec.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, we are ready now.
Alright, so Rainmaker Manta Maria. You expecting anything out of this or anything specific?
I'm expecting this, to be honest, I'm expecting the same comps that both teams have been running.
Yeah, you can. This map also allows like some pretty good freedom with like what you can choose with your comps. Regarding Rainmaker pushes, just there's 3 different ones, and they all just like going from left to right. It's just like safe to risky.
Right. Right, like a slow and safe push versus like a
Yeah,
fast and
the safest is like on the left. Going through street is it's like right in the middle, and then going through cut is very dangerous. But
I think it'd be really fun to see the tent coming out from Melee Gang. That'd be a
yeah,
very interesting choice, but it can be very strong.
running it, yeah, just like having it go through street or ramp, it can be
Yeah.
really good for those specific pushes.
And just like paving a way for the Rainmaker, that could be a very strong strategy. Or like keeping the Rainmaker out of your street during your
Or just
defense.
like having the tent go through. Well, there isn't one.
There's no tent, so it's a moot point.
You got a triple inkjet comp from Dustlock here.
EMT.
This is a super aggro comp.
Yeah, sorry.
Capo moving very far forward. That was a
Again gets
very aggressive jump there.
it's just the T-Tech left.
The
and that's
1v1
it.
there. Oh, and Prince
T-Tech
like,
still manages to live it
wins a 1v1.
and survive. You get one of those inkjets out.
Yeah. It might have been stronger if you went up to the bunker area to do the inkjet from there. But that was a
Rainmaker gets some points in with like distracted their charger.
very decent push. Oh, and there's Blaster on that cut. Sleepy just barely missed that.
Now let's try to make something happen, but the sniper gets a pick on it.
Yeah.
Tech takes out top mid, and
Yeah, and
you gotta push
no
on
one's
that.
looking at the Rainmaker. That was a very
Can't go through cut, but the blaster can stop it. Or can it? Yes, it can.
yeah. EMT was unprepared for that quick cut push.
Seem to be coordinating some specials right now, so even what they can do, even like being right next to their spawn, so getting some points in. Somebody wanted to let this thing reset, but it's
Yeah,
just,
they're
all
still
on
being
pressure.
pressured though.
Petrus gets a
It's
pick
true,
on
yeah.
the T-Tech.
I think this comp
Tetros
is
can't
good.
grab that. Yeah, the Tetros
Yeah, they
grabbed
grabbed it,
it.
and
They were.
the blaster's gonna stop it. Right at 10 points though, that's gonna be a
I
pretty
just
hard
noticed
really.
their comp doesn't have an armor, so you can't really pair the inkjet armor. Meaning the inkjet will die earlier.
Almost stops that KPO from taking it. They still get some.
Yeah, I feel like Melee Gang is just trying to like keep the Rainmaker in their base. They don't even
Yeah.
need to push. They just need to like keep the Rainmaker in EMT's base.
EMT
Just, like,
still
stall
manages
the
to
fight.
pick
Yeah.
it back up there. They seem to be making, some, or at least trying to start a push, but the KPO seems to be applying more pressure on mid than they can handle.
Right, but with their comp, it's very difficult to get that control. Like they don't have that much pinking.
Sita comes in with the flank.
Yeah,
waiting for him to
Blaster,
die.
nice. That's nice defense. That's a good
Very
start.
efficient start from there, but
Yeah, but Falcon is just popping off the screen, like being really annoying, rolling around in their base. Just very difficult to deal with right now.
it's gonna win.
Yeah, he just used the splashdown to refill his own ink tank.
Yeah, really.
Oh, and he is
That blaster that's trying to fall down.
some very strong play by Falcon. Like being very, winning all the
Got that
fights,
now.
being
They're
really
trying to clear up the
annoying.
path for a second at least.
Melee Gang is just back in there.
Now seems to be coming in for a little flank on there. Can they get the pick off? They can't. They just can't seem to get this Rainmaker out of their goal.
Yeah, and Melee Gang just keeps winning the fights inside EMT's base. Like it's
Yeah.
a very difficult situation right now.
And they all just keep jumping in. They're all one of them is always holding down a spot there.
Yeah, and
Specifically it being a charger.
And they finally clear it out, but they really need to be careful. All game, they've been
All
very
game,
unaware.
the Charger is still alive, so they can still.
Yeah, the Charger is in a strong position on the bunker.
Inkjet coming out. 2 Inkjets coming out. Both over now. Blaster comes in with the flank.
Yeah, the Blaster.
They all rush out of street. They've got an armor to defend. The Tetris are there, but they've also got armor to stick up. So the K-Pro. They also picked up the T-Tech, and that's a wipe.
That's a wipe.
I just think they want this to. Alright.
That was a very strong defense there. You can tell like melee gang is not clumping up. They have people on the elbow, people on the bottom. They're
Jet
able
tries to get something going on the top mid.
Yeah, the Jet
Pro's
gets
still
the
alive,
damage,
so that doesn't really happen. Gets an off-screen Autobomb kill. Nothing.
Yeah. You can see melee gang is just trying to stall the Rainmaker there. Yeah, that's gonna be game.
Pops in, so it ends overtime.
That was a very strong game. A lot of pressure from melee gang. Their offense was just relentless. They just kept going, and they just EMT had a tough time trying to get melee gang out of their own spawn.
Not to like not to like, I don't know how to say this, like insult, I guess would be the word, their comp strategy, but I don't think triple inkjet was the way to go. At least having an armor on your team would have been a better idea, but
yeah, and they had very few painting weapons. Like the splatter shot was the only thing that really painted at all. So they had to rely on getting, you know, 2 up, 3 up, like overwhelmingly win those fights.
And they just couldn't.
And they just couldn't. Like the neutral game is really difficult for them because they don't have that painting control.
Zone's main stage.
Yeah, so game 2 is, yeah, Zone's main stage. As you mentioned before, both teams are going to have to watch out for the flanks on the left and the right. But if they call it out, it'll be an interesting game.
Just gotta be aware. This is best of 5 or 7?
Best of 7.
Alright.
So this is a best of 7. This is game 2. Melee gang is up 1-0.
I'll be back in a second.
Alright. Yeah, both teams are thinking really hard about what to run. They haven't really readied up yet. Alright. So let's start this. This is game 2. Splat Zones, Starfish main stage. So let's see if anyone has made any changes to their comps and their strategies. So we have EMT in green and Melee Gang in purple. And it's actually EMT that's bringing out the tents. Ozen on the tents. Yeah, and the zone is neutral now. Yeah, EMT gets a quick zone, but they're actually a man down, so they're not going to keep the zone for long. Yeah, Melee Gang can't quite... Yeah, Ozen's doing a great job of just neutralizing the zone, stalling them out. And now EMT is back. That was a very ambitious hammer. Their melee gang was able to take that out. But melee gang is actually just, they're 3 down now. It's just a Tetris. This allows EMT to just pull really far forward. Ito uses his inkjet, just pressuring the Hydra. Oh, and he gets the Hydra. It's a very nice inkjet pick. And melee gang was able to camp that jump, but EMT is continuing to hold control, doing a very good job with just blocking out the zone. Melee gang goes back in with a splashdown. And they get a trade there, but EMT can still hold on to the zone, courtesy of this tent. And you can see how much control the tent is really giving EMT. It's been a very good pick for them, and melee gang retakes the zone. So let's see what they do with this. They could very well have, you know, an 81 or higher point push. Like, they can really bring this back.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries. So
Seems to
it's
be
a 3-on-3 situation here.
like EMT got a good push in like somewhere in the beginning.
Yeah, they had some very nice tense plays to control the middle.
Oh, gang
Control the
taking it back now.
Yeah,
Cat's just doing the job, being annoying.
yeah. Falcon's doing what he did last game, just rolling around,
Yeah.
winning fights.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that wasn't enough for
yeah.
that K-Pro.
Prince gets a good win, but he gets swarmed over there. Melee gang's doing a great job just like defending the zone.
Oh, we got an armor up just to defend some more. Oh, they noticed that flank?
Yeah, they noticed the flank. Oh, the
Just trying to
tent,
steal the
yeah,
fire.
the tent got stuck there. You see how powerful the Hydra is in splat zones.
Yeah.
And that's a
That's
great comeback victory. The Hydra just holding the middle. You can see melee gang had trouble getting the zone, but when they got the control, it was very difficult to deal with that Hydra in the middle of the zone. So we're going into game 3. Melee gang is up 2-0. So let's see what EMT can do. Like that was actually a very winnable game from them. So game 3 is going to be Clan Blitz on the Reef. So it'll be interesting to see if both teams will go for a tent player.
Yeah, there are some good places for tent to go, like specifically, at least in the beginning, across bridge, and then during pushes, like through at least through the car push
Yeah.
or through plat, just having one go through there, even if you're not directly behind it, it's a good distraction.
Yeah, there are a lot of really good options for the tent, and both teams have very good tent players. I've been liking what I'm seeing from both of them.
How's the stream doing?
Alright, so it's game 3. Melee Gang is up 2-0. EMT is gonna fight for their lives. It's a very bad spot to be down 3-0, and you have to win 4 in a row. So let's see what both of these teams can do. We have EMT spawning in as teal, and Melee Gang spawning in as purple.
Got the camo tent over on Melee Gang's team, expected, and we've got a squeezer up on the EMT side.
Yeah, and this time,
As you can see, we got that tent going through mid as a good distraction. Speaking of distractions, we got the Tetras, but they got picked off.
yeah, it's a 3-on-3 situation now.
Again, like I said, having those tents, they just go through flat. It's a good distraction.
Yeah. It's very good when the entire team kind of like pushes together with
That
each
jet
other.
has been forced now into the tree, but it seems they can try and make it back into where they want to be. And they jumped out.
Yeah, and Mozak jumps out with 9 clams, so they lost a lot of clams there.
Speaking of, Tent gets some clams built and gets a dunk in. It seems to be flanking, but the squeezer covers it. Coming in with the hammer.
Falcon jumps in.
He holds it up for too long and
and
he gets canceled.
they're able to get more clams in. It's gonna be
Not as big as a push as they were probably hoping for, but it's still good.
yeah. As long as just as I say that, I was about to say as long as Falcon stays alive, they're in a good spot.
Yeah. The squeezer's pretty good. Combination of the Explosher and the 10 applying pressure to mid, it's just gonna... Can't really combat it.
Yeah, that bridge control, as you said, is very
And they got out.
vital.
Oh, Falcon tries to get something going, but it's picked off.
Alright, a nice pick.
Can't get
bubble
taken out with
flush.
his bubbles. Counter
Yeah,
the bubbles with
The
bubbles.
bubbles, yeah, the bubbles to counter the bubbles. That was a good play, like,
Explosher gets picked off. Trying to defend.
5-5's
What's
gonna
up,
luck
trying to
start to
defend,
push.
but-
Oh, unfortunately, he
Tent
was
still
not able
gets
to
it.
get it.
But that's enough because the 10 misses
Oh,
one
one of the balls gets
Go up
missed.
there and get it.
Yeah, fortunately for EMT,
that's
they had
great.
enough control there that they were able to just waltz up there and just
And
grab
he
the
still
ball.
has bubbles to throw in.
Yeah, bubbles. It seems like they're out of claims now, so it's probably better for them
I mean,
to.
even just having this, there's a lot of clams in mid if they want to go grab them, but it seems they don't notice them before
Yeah.
the bats get back up.
It was probably better to just regroup with your entire
Holding
team.
against all those clams in mid, and now they've gotten a pick off the squeezer and 2 power clams.
And actually, both teams have a lot of clams, so both teams need to really be
flat.
careful.
Like they've got a bubble push going. Those bubbles got popped a little early though.
Yeah, but they were able to get that pick under the
You got
basket.
the ramp and then they just dump that.
Very dangerous
They got another
situation.
ball in. See if he's gonna try and just get some more clams in.
Yeah, this is
Up in.
potential. Oh,
And
he
it
misses
misses,
it.
but they can still pick it up and throw it.
Yeah, this is
Not looking
game
good.
ending. That was a very strong push. You saw the
Yeah.
tent, you saw the bubbles.
And about the push that came in before, that squeezer was able to hold on to those bubbles, like even after the push like really happened.
Yeah, right.
And they were able to defend with those like while the other team was coming back.
Yeah, again, very strong play from Melee Gang. So they're up 3-0. I want to see if EMT has an answer for this. I think they
I hope so.
have the skill to at least take one. If I mean, like reverse sweeping a team like Melee Gang is going to be very difficult, but we'll see how much fight they have left in them. So map number 4 is going to be tower controller on Humpback Pump Track. So again, as you were saying earlier, splash damage and like a lot of really sneaky weapons are really good here.
And actually on this map, I'm expecting some sort of K rapid here.
Yeah, that could be a good option. We may see Ozen on Custom Blaster. He was playing very well with the Blaster. And this is a very good map for it.
Also wondering if they're gonna have any Stingray weapons or Booyah weapons, and which ones those might be. I'm expecting a K-Pro because I think that there's been one at least in every match.
Yeah. It's a matter of which Stingray weapons. Like, could we see something like a C-Jet? Or maybe even like a vanilla charger from Sleepy.
Well, I'd expect more of a vanilla Splatling, at least on this map. Because there's charges work, but there's just more advantages to having bullets.
Right, but Sleepy has been very good with charger. I think that's what he's comfortable with. So if he's more comfortable with that weapon, that's going to be what he chooses. Alright, so let's get it started. Game 4, Tower Control, Humpback Pump Track. This is Melee Gang versus EMT. Melee Gang is up 3-0. So we're seeing
Melee Gang, orange, EMT in the teal.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of splash damage from Melee Gang.
Melee Gang comes to the rail.
Oh, very good direct by Sleepy.
Already got an armor off, of course. Got 2 blasters, but they're both get 3 blasters on that team. All splash damage on this.
Yeah. I guess their anchor would be kind of the dynamo.
Or the rapid pro.
Yeah, they need to be really careful though, because there's no painting power. They're really relying on just like winning fights.
Speaking of that inkjet, like all of these weapons that are on the other team are going to be the bane of that inkjet.
Yeah, there's just like so much.
Sleepy gets a really good pick on that.
Oh, and Ozen wins the
else, but
fight.
it's directed by the other custom blaster. Ozen tries to just wait here for a second. Got the armor off. Clash seems to get something going.
And Melee Gang is going to find this. With this kind of a comp, Stingray is going to be really annoying for Melee Gang.
Yeah.
They're going to have a very tough time just moving around.
The dynamo's down. It's going to be hard for them to get anything done now.
Yeah, but they have a lot of options to just control the center. And like,
thankfully, the rest of them are alive to get the picks off anyway.
Yeah.
And the dynamo's making its way back.
Stingray on the tower.
A bit of a weird option, but it's working for now.
Trying to flank around. Yeah. It looks like EMT just barely hold on, but the push isn't quite over yet.
Like gets another one of those. I wonder how many. I need to see how many of these Stingrays are gonna get out here. Breaks the armor on 2 people, and the inkjet.
Double inkjet combo, getting 3 kills.
Yep. Can the inkjet gets the triple? He cannot, but the range buster plus the pressure.
Mozak picks off the grim range there.
And now they've got armor for the rest of after this to the next checkpoint.
Yeah, and Mozak has a Stingray as well.
Seems to be doing an okay job of.
Yeah, just going for the points there.
Does wonders. Doesn't seem to be anybody in mid for Speaker to take out yet, but he's looking.
Yeah, the tower has to go all the way to the center. But Melee Gang does have center control.
Oh, so they discover them over on bunker.
A random bomb kill.
Yeah. Flash also has a Stingray ready, so he might also combat their Stingray.
Yeah, and Sleepy is on top of that, like, shuts down that Stingray.
Very close, almost died to that Lotto Bomb. Have to get armor going for a second. I wonder when the Clash is going to use their Ray. Again, they're just trying to build up another Ray.
Yeah. You can see with this top, like, Melee Gang has so much control around the tower.
Yeah, it has that Flash Ray, yeah. It's a pretty crucial pick on that Jett, so he can't really build anything.
Yeah. And right there, you can see how awkward Stingray is on the Clash Blaster. Like, you're in the fight, and then you get the Stingray. It's just like a very awkward combination to pull off. But it seems to be working for them. Like, Falcon is just controlling the tower.
All the blasters seem to be just getting these indirects on the Clash, but they can't seem to get the second indirect in. Because the rest of the team just comes in and gets it.
Yeah, like EMT always, on defense, they're compelled to just rush the tower, but there's just so much splash damage around the tower that they can't really get close to it.
Trying to get rid of that armor.
Yeah. There's barely any time left, but let's see what EMT can do.
Yeah,
They're
pretty close.
off to a good start. They're 2 up.
EMT game's just gonna have to slightly longer push.
Yeah, and they're doing a good job. Like, they're getting the picks inside Melee Gang's base.
Yeah.
And there's a
Either that or
Stingray
forcing them to jump out.
Yeah.
Oh, it takes out that
they
Ink Jet.
could take the Ink Jet. Let's see if Mozak stays on the tower just long enough to get the lead.
Almost down to a Splat Bomb, but he's still staying on the tower, getting it back to mid.
Yeah, very nice by Ito.
Over the Octa Shot takes it, but I don't think the Clash is... Yeah, the Clash is gonna take it.
Clash is gonna do Clash things to the tower.
1 second, that seems to be... Alright, we just have to take this. A lot of direct sounds happening.
Yeah, the Clash just like... Yeah, that's not enough.
They got on, alright.
That was a very interesting comp.
Yeah.
I think if they replaced one of the blasters with some sort of painting weapon, it could work very well.
Yeah, maybe if the
maybe like the Rapid Pro, replace it with like a Junior or something like that.
Yeah.
You still have a lot of splash damage.
Either the Rapid Pro or the Grim switch, because
Yeah.
they're both very similar. They could both accomplish the same thing.
Right, but I feel the Grim can be more aggressive with burst
Yeah.
bombs winning fights and like missiles pressuring them.
Mhm.
So that's a very interesting idea that they pulled off there. So great job by EMT. They're kept themselves alive. It's 3-1. So next map is going to be Rainmaker on Snapper Canal. So this is game 5. Melee Gang is up 3-1. But we can see EMT still has fight in them. So
We're getting in the purple, EMT in the orange. Seem to be running a pretty average comp, EMT. However, Old Game seems to be running a little bit more unconventional.
Yeah,
The armor weapon quicker. Speaking of, he gets picked off, but the Stingray's already coming out.
Yeah.
Take out that Rainmaker. Or it doesn't. Falcon tries to hold it off, but he just keeps the blaster gets the pick. That's
Yeah.
a very good
Yeah, once again, Melee Gang is not running that much painting power. Like, they're relying on just winning fights.
Kind of sleepy, didn't just get crossed my room.
Just waiting patiently behind that wall.
Yeah. Need to try and get something done here.
Yeah. They don't...
I'm not trying to get in some other angle.
Yeah.
Goes to Sticky? No.
Yeah, the Stingray kind of like forced them to move a little bit. But I think EMT kind of stalled them enough. Yeah, the Rainmaker is actually in a good spot for EMT.
Jet tries to defend that, and also blow up that Rainmaker.
Yeah, and Ozen is just kind of going for points now.
Yep.
Like, he could have waited for the inkjet, but I think he valued those few points more than the inkjet.
Melee trying to...
Yeah, he's trying to reset it, but...
to reset it, but did not get the
yeah,
pick.
EMT wipes them right before they get the reset.
Griffer coming in with the lead on that.
Yeah.
Jet gets the pick that died with him.
And again, Melee Gang gets
Get
wiped.
that explosion.
Yeah.
Do that Rainmaker, but that jump's gonna get canned. Alright. He still has the Rainmaker.
Yeah, this reminds me of the
That's
first...
a hard time just like trying to get out. They just keep jumping in, but now they've got armor, so they can find a way to get in and start, at least for once, to make a push for this match.
Yeah, this kind of reminds me of Game 1, where EMT was the one getting locked out. So the roles are kind of reversed here. But let's see what Melee Gang can do here. Oh, he gets rushed down by 5-5. Yeah, he gets
He gets picked up on that Rainmaker explosion.
Yeah.
Jet just trying to get something done, but the Luna comes in, and he gets picked up. Falcon's back in the match. They're going to try and make a flank through snipe. Knock gets picked off. Falcon just trying to apply some pressure with auto bombs.
Yeah, but there's actually a decent chance for Melee Gang. Let's see what they can make of it. Because Kalos has his Stingray ready.
Yep. And there's also a splashdown ready on, but the Rainmaker needs to reset.
Yeah,
so.
they were... EMT was successfully able to kind of like stall that Rainmaker.
Picked off.
Oh.
Nice triple pick from Ito.
Yeah, nice. The Stingray distracting them like just enough for Ito to get the pick.
Big laser.
Very nice inkjet. Kind of like almost nice defensive. Yeah, like he made defensive plays when he needed to, like flying away, and then he made aggressive plays.
Popping out. This is what I like to see.
Yeah.
Stingray doesn't seem to notice where the Rainmaker was.
Yeah, but their entire team is on top of that.
Yeah. Knott's coming in.
Yeah.
Gets the pick him, but dies anyway.
Very aggressive, but very effective as well.
Luna's trying to just get rid of whoever's there on snipe.
Yeah, Luna is like doing a good job trying to protect the Rainmaker. Yeah, Luna's being really annoying on that snipe now.
Went on top of the baller and then took out the next person.
Yeah, Luna's in the position it wants. Oh, and they take out the Luna.
But they're still able to probably make in a
yeah, this is a very dangerous. Oh!
They're not, but they do have the lead now.
Yeah.
Or no, they don't. No. I saw that right. Yeah, this is a pretty close game on both sides. They got 35 seconds, so either they need to get in quick and then something happens, or they need to like a really strong, slow overtime push.
Yeah, I think rushing it is not the play. They want to like win fights. Sleepy is rushing the Rainmaker. Nice.
I don't know what it is, but Sleepy just likes walking around instead of swimming. So.
It's been working for him this game.
Yeah.
He's taken some very strong positions.
EMT picks up the Rainmaker.
Stingray.
But there is a Stingray still left.
It's very difficult. It's only 5-5. Yeah.
Gets the pick, and that's it.
Good game. Congratulations to Melee Gang. That was a very hard-fought game.
Yeah.
You can see Sleepy getting the really strong position on EMT snipe and just like killing everyone who tries to go there.
That final Stingray that just like ended that.
Yeah. Yeah, like 5-5 was alone. Like it was just a Rainmaker and then there was a Stingray. Like you couldn't really do much in that situation. So very good game.
So that's
Thanks
4-1.
to all three teams for showing up and playing. It's been fun. So I'll see you later.